Damn, Q. Baby, you did that.
Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. Appreciate you joining us for another episode of Real Stories from Real People. All right, welcome to another episode of the Oh Yeah podcast, man. Appreciate you joining in with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. I believe in this, and today we got one of our amazing guests with us where we always discussing real stories from real people. And I don't know if we could talk about another real story or real folks than we got right here. 1/3 of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Mixtape DJ Envy.
Yes, sir.
Real estate DJ Envy.
Yes, sir.
Car show DJ Envy.
Yes, sir.
What is it? Real love.
Real life, real love.
Real life, real
Author,
love.
DJ Envy.
All that DJ Envy,
Yes.
man. And we are really appreciative of you dropping in with us, man, and taking a little time out, man. And you've been running around a little bit.
Yeah, running around the city, man. I
running
love
around the
Detroit,
city,
so,
man.
I think I've been to every hood in Detroit today, which has been a lot of fun. But yeah,
And I appreciate that. As Detroit's #1 ambassador, to know that you've been running around, checking out all the spots, makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like you really appreciating the city. And that's what we want to talk about a little bit. But as you always say, who don't know you, but if they don't, who is DJ Envy, man?
DJ Envy's just a kid from Queens that started off doing mixtapes and doing something that he loved with music, and went from mixtapes to DJing on the radio to hosting my own show to being one of the hosts on probably the longest running urban morning show, The Breakfast Club.
You better believe we know that, man.
Hall of Famer too.
Hall of Famer. I seen that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. We got a couple of gifts for you. One thing is we support Candidly Speaking is a greeting card company, and this is a gift for you, man,
Thank
and
you,
your
man.
wife
Appreciate
as
that.
well.
Real, appreciate
and
that.
thank you for joining in to the Oh Yeah podcast,
Appreciate that, man.
And again, what we talk about is real stories
Okay.
from real people. And connecting it around the city of Detroit, man. You being from Queens, and you starting off from where you starting off, I think it's a story that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
And we get it a little bit, and then you
course.
talked about
Yeah.
your 10 years with the Breakfast Club, man. But what in the hell made you even think about DJing?
So first of all, Breakfast Club's 12 years. We be on our 13th
Come on
year.
now. Ain't
But,
no disrespect here.
No, that's all good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a DJ. When I grew up in Queens, my neighbor, his name was Ernesto. Me and Ernesto used to play basketball with each other, ride bikes with each other. And one day when I was waiting for the bus, I seen Ernesto, drive by. He had a BMW,
Yeah.
a little 3 Series. And back then, a 3 Series was like a Bugatti. It was like a Bentley.
Okay.
So I ran up to he was at the light. I ran up to the light and I knocked on the window. He was like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, Rob?" My name is Rashawn. I'm like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, what are you doing to make money?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, come to my house after school and I'm gonna show you."
Yeah.
So after school, I knocked on his mother's door. His mother was like, "Ernesto's downstairs." I went downstairs and I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was selling drugs because at the time crack was big and you used to see the crack vials.
Yeah.
And when I went downstairs, I seen records and turntables and plaques and all types of stuff. And I'm
All
like, "Yo,
that.
what do you do?" He was like, "I'm a DJ."
Okay.
And it started from there. I was like, "Well, what's your DJ name?" He was like, "My name is DJ Clue." And Ernesto was DJ Clue.
That's right.
And from there, it started from there. And and it was funny because I used to bootleg Clue's tape in my high school. That's how I used to make a little bit of money. I went to an all-white school, so back then Clue didn't never put his picture. Nobody knew what he looked like. It was just a question mark on the mixtapes, and I was selling.
Okay.
So he got me started. And I'm like, man, if you can do this, make money, and have fun, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I started from there.
You started from there, man. Listen, I appreciate you even bringing that out, is because coming up here in Detroit, everybody was hearing about DJ Clue and DJ Envy and those mixtapes, and I wanted to make sure you had a little warm welcome when you came around here, because some of my guys that are back there, they remember when you started off doing that, man.
Absolutely.
And they remember what you putting that music out, you know. But then it kind of went into other things, right? Into the radio, as well as, I mean, we know the Breakfast Club for sure, man, but and then excuse the little stuff that's going on back there, y'all. If y'all can bring it down, but you know, what brought it to the Hot 97s, the where you at now? You doing real estate, and you in here and then you investing in the city. I was hoping that you could talk a little bit about that. What made you start thinking about Detroit? You know?
Shout out to Angela Yee. Angela Yee's boyfriend is from Detroit.
Okay.
And she used to come down here to see him a lot, and she used to tell me that they had cribs in Detroit at the time for like $10,000.
Yeah.
$15,000. And I'm from New York, where the cheapest crib was $200, $250, $300, and you in the hood.
Right.
So when she said that, you know, at the time I was doing well. I said, you know what, instead of buying jewelry or another car, let me go to Detroit and buy some property. So I bought some property. I didn't know what to do with it. So I bought a piece of property on LaSalle. I bought one on...
Come on.
I'm trying to think where else. But all in that area over there, I bought a couple of properties.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do with it.
Okay.
You know, I was on my third or fourth home in New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
But, you know, I bought my first home and then, you know, fixed it up 2 years, moved out, and bought another home. So I didn't know what to do. So I just cut the grass and paid the taxes.
Yeah.
And then Dan Gilbert, who's owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That's right. We know about Gilbert. Yeah.
He started building up Detroit.
Yeah.
And, you know, the area that I bought was hood, and that changed. And I started seeing older white ladies walking their dogs. They started building dog parks. And that property that I paid $10,000, $15,000 was worth like $180, $200, $215, not fixed. So, you know, I did what anybody would do. I flipped them, I sold them, and then I started investing in them more. I bought a couple of units in Paterson, New Jersey. I bought some in Chicago. We're buying some in Milwaukee and Florida. And the rest is history.
The rest is history, man. And you take some time to do car shows here as well, man.
Yeah.
Well, and you've been doing it all over, and of course we appreciate it, but we the Motor City.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. So when you talk about car shows in the city of Detroit, it just mean a little more to us, man. But maybe you could talk about that. What made you think about bringing it here, and how has that been?
So what it is for me, when I go to the International Car Show, that's not for our culture. Meaning, you go there, you see a Nissan, it's cool. You see a Honda, that's cool. You see a BMW, that's cool. But that ain't our culture.
Yeah.
My first car was a 1986 Honda Accord, and I saved up all summer to put 16-inch rims on it.
Yeah.
And I put a bazooka in the back. Like, that was our culture.
Okay.
And those car shows don't represent our culture. So I was like, I want a show that's going to represent our culture.
Okay.
So yeah, you're going to have the Ferraris and the Lambos, but yeah, you're also going to have that dude that worked all summer to get his Honda right. You're going to have that dude that worked all summer to get his, you know, his Honda Odyssey right, or his, you know, his Challenger right, or his Charger right.
Yeah.
And so we have a little bit of everything. So we have the Bugattis and the Ferraris and the Lambos, McLarens, but then we got the Dunks, we got the old schools, we got a little bit of everything.
I'm glad you said Charger now. Come on now.
But not only that, but you know, also, you know, I got 6 kids. Me and my wife been together 27 years, so when I bring my kids to the car show, some of my kids don't care less about a car show. So I was like, I want to bring something that family could enjoy. So we started doing, you know, not just having a car show, but bringing amusement rides for the kids, carnival games. We bring somebody that teaches the kids how to double dutch. We bring NASCAR, one of the first black-owned NASCAR teams, where they teach the kids how to change tires. The pit crew comes out. The one in Atlanta recently, we had a roller skating rink where we taught kids how to roller skate. And we do all these different things. So now it's dope. So now your kids can really have a good time. It's a safe environment. You can look at cars, but this is the dope thing about it. Let's say you got kids, bro?
Do it. You know, I was about to tell you, man. Usually I kind of run this, but I can tell you've done this before. I got 3 kids, man.
What age are they?
Man, my son will be 14 in September. My daughter is 12, and my youngest will be 7 the next week.
Now think about this, right? He's a boy or girl? You're 7.
I got a boy and 2 girls.
All right, so let's say your daughter is 7 years old, right?
Yeah.
My daughter is 6 years old. So now your daughter and my daughter is playing games together.
That's right.
So now they got friends for life.
That's right.
Now they playing, you know, in the jumpy. Now they got friends for life.
That's right.
And that's what I think we need to do in our community. You know what I mean? A lot of times we don't do that.
Yeah.
But these kids are connecting on social media. They're connecting through Roblox. They're connecting through, you know, their iPad. So now, you know, my daughter has family in Detroit.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? She'll meet somebody in Houston. Now she got family in Houston.
That's
so
right.
now they got a small community that continues to hopefully build. You know what I mean? So maybe when they get to a 21-year-old or they get to, our age, they're friends. And now they're talking about, hey, whatever your daughter's name is, yo, there's a house here, let's invest together.
Yeah.
And that's how we bring in and build more black wealth.
Man, I appreciate you saying that, because that's what I want to tap into, is that your investment, not just in communities, but our culture, and the way you've been committed to that for a long time. And I don't think that could be overlooked. I don't think that could be overshadowed. And if it hasn't been said to you, thank you. I appreciate you doing that here in my city. As #1 ambassador, that's what we do here, and I hope you're able to get out, and I'm glad you're here for that tonight. All Industry Connect right here at Floods. Shout out to the Bird family. Shout out to everybody that's been doing it and working with us, because that's what we about. I really believe with the resurgence to our city that we wasn't connecting the ways that we supposed to, and I think you represent that.
Absolutely.
Where do you really, where did that come from? Where you was able to see that, and where you was like, you know what, I'm committed to that? Because the real estate and the car shows is really about you investing in us, right?
Yeah. Well, it's investing in our culture. For myself, it's like, if you look at who owns everything, right? It's not us.
That's right.
Whether we can start from NBA teams. Out of all the NBA teams, there's only one black majority owner.
Yeah.
But the majority of the people that play are black.
Right.
Football, majority of people that play are black. How many are majority owners of a team? None.
Yeah.
Talk about all the things that we do. We don't own our own car.
Yeah.
We don't own a car.
Right.
Like, we're not a designer of a car. Like,
right.
That is crazy. And that's the type of the things I want to change.
Yeah.
So if I can help and we can do it, I want to do it. Like, you look at the car shows, like, we spend billions of dollars on cars, but we don't have our own car show.
Yeah.
All these venues, we don't own our own venues.
Yeah.
We rarely own skyscrapers and things like that. So if we can change the stuff that we own, I'm willing to invest. Everything's not a home run. Sometimes I hit a base hit, sometimes I strike out.
Yeah.
But if I can encourage somebody, that's all I want to do, and that's what those seminars did. Like, me being able to talk about real estate, we might have 4,000 at a seminar, but shoot, if we get 200 to invest, hopefully that 200 will teach their kids and teach their family members and teach their aunts and uncles and cousins and nieces and nephews. And that's all we want. Some people ain't gonna do it because they stubborn or they scared or they nervous, and that's cool. I get it. We all been there, but for the 200 that's there, hopefully they'll do it and be successful.
We'll talk about that. With those that you are able to talk about in this moment, what are all the things that you found success in investing right here in the city of Detroit? We said the real estate, we said the car shows, but there's other things that you found to see value in our city. What's some of those things?
Also, on cannabis, we created our own strand here. It's called Slurred, and then you can pick it up in damn near any dispensary in the city.
Yeah.
But it's not. I didn't want to be the person that just puts out a strand and says y'all niggas go get it.
Right.
That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a football player or a basketball player or a rapper or a singer. Just be like, go get it. Like, people always say, yo, Envy, why do you go to the hoods? Why do you do those type of clubs? But what people don't understand, that's where I'm from.
Come on now.
I'm from Queens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell everybody else, as crazy as it sounds, I feel more comfortable in the hood than anywhere else.
Okay.
And the reason is because when I'm in the hood, my eyes are always looking.
Yeah.
I'm always seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
This is where I'm more scared because I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, like if this is the hood, I'm looking behind my back, I'm looking at everything. Now, somebody could come this way. I don't know where this street leads to. I don't know where this came from. Somebody just walked out this door carrying a speaker. Like, there's so many different
What's going
things.
on? Right.
But I'm more comfortable there because I am from there.
Yeah.
And and it's like, it is what it is. I'm from Queens, New York, so it's we get calls all the time like, why are you going there? Be careful. But like, this is where I'm from.
This is where
like,
you from.
I'm not gonna turn my back on where I'm from.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, the city appreciates you. We receive you, and those who are like you to continue to invest and see wealth when maybe we don't even see that wealth.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But if you don't mind me taking another step to it, because you're a family man.
Yeah.
I'm a family man, and I'm gonna tell you, try to do 1,000,001 things, man. But how do you do it?
Yeah,
how do you do it and still be the father, still be the husband, and the book, right?
Yeah, it's like this. You make time for it, right? And what does that mean? I ride bikes, not dirt bikes. Like, I ride bikes for health, work out for health, right?
Okay.
How often you work out?
What? maybe once a week, if that. And when I'm talking about working out, I'm talking about a little this and a little that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right. So for instance, like for myself, right? You know, I used to ride my bike every day. We used to ride 60, 70 miles.
Okay.
I can't. I got my kids. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's like this. Even with TV. People always talk about, yo, this show is dope on TV. This show is dope. I don't watch much TV. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why. The reason I don't is, if I got time to watch TV, I got time to do other things. Okay. So for myself, yes, I'll lay in the bed with my wife and I'll watch bullshit television. I'll watch The Bachelor because she likes it. I'll watch The Bachelorette. I'll watch the, Housewives of whatever.
Right.
Because that's her. And that's spending time with her. But outside of that, I got my kids. So if I got time to do something there, I'm gonna take my kids to the pool. I'm gonna take my kids to the basketball court. I'm gonna take my kids to a property that I'm looking at. I'm gonna try to teach my kids things that I don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? And I spend that time with them, and I spend that quality time. And a lot of times when I do go out and when I do travel, especially where it's somewhere nice, I take the whole family with me. Okay. I make it a vacation.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because sometimes you may hear people say, man, them kids don't want to hear that, them kids don't want to. How do your kids receive that? What you teaching them about the finances, the real estate, all that? How do they receive all that when doing it?
My kids is all good, but I think my kids is good because I'm real with my kids. Okay. And when I be real, I talk to my kids like I talk to you, or I talk to a nigga in the street. Like, I talk to them real. Okay. Like, if there's a problem going on, like my daughter's 20, she about to be 21, she goes to NYU. Like, the first time she ever smoked hookah was with Dad. Okay. The first time she ever went to a club was with Dad. Okay. I peeped it. Oh, we going to a club? I want you to look where the exits are. You see where the exits are, because you never know what's going to go on. Yeah. Okay, if you have a drink, you cover your drink with your hand. Yeah. You don't let nobody buy your drink. These are lessons that I teach my daughter because I've seen it all before. Okay. I've seen people get spiked. I've seen incidents in the club, people not know where to go. Yeah. I teach them that. Yeah. My son just went to Rolling Loud, right? He's 18 years old. Him and his boys went to Rolling Loud. Yeah. But he's been to concerts with me. So he knows, okay, I need to look where the exits are. Right. Okay, I need to make sure I got water in my back just in case I get tired. Like, he knows that because he rolls with Dad. Yeah. A lot of these parents are not teaching him. Okay. Same thing driving. I teach my kids certain things driving. How to look in the mirror to make sure nobody's following them. Yeah. Don't take the same name home every day. You know what? Pass the exit one day. Yeah. Come back around. Make sure nobody's following you. These are the things that I teach my kids, and I talk to them real. Same thing with my kids. Like, I'm a licensed firearm owner. Okay. My kids know that if I say a certain word, go get Dad's firearm. Yeah. That came from my dad. My dad's a retired police officer. As a kid, my dad's gun was called Roscoe. If my dad ever got in a beef, he'd be like, go get Roscoe. Or he'd be like, Roscoe. And I'm going to get Roscoe. Yeah. You know what I mean? But these are the type of things that my dad taught me to make sure I knew how to guide in this world. And that's what I teach my kids.
Absolutely. And they receive it well. I think that's good. Well, yeah. And that's what the show is about too. As I say, real stories from real people. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. And to be honest, even with doing research, we knew I was going to have this opportunity with you, man. A lot of the stuff you share with us every day. Yeah. And the last 12 years, as you say, you've been willing to open your life up, open yourself up to not just your wife, but your kids, your work, and professionally. So again, if it hasn't been said, thank you, man. But where do you think that come from? Because everybody not willing to do that. Celebrities at your status, man, they're not willing to share everything that you share.
It comes from, part of my French, it comes from really not giving a fuck.
Come on.
And when I say that, is I think a lot of times people are ashamed of themselves because they're ashamed of what people are judging for. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But I look at it like this. I got my wife, I got my kids. Yeah. I got my close personal friends. Yeah. Outside of that, I really don't care what people think, because when one person might laugh, when one person might think it's a joke, when one person might giggle, it's gonna help somebody else, right? Come on. Perfect example, right? When me and my wife just wrote the book, right? Me and my wife were talking about, we've been together for 27 years, 28 this year. I met her, we were going out when she was 15, I was 16. And we were talking about our first sexual experiences, right? And at first,
I've heard the story, I think. But
I couldn't, she wasn't having an orgasm, right? Yeah. From penetration. And she told me about it 10 years in, right? And we fixed it. We talked to each other. We learned each other's bodies, right? Yeah. People thought it was funny, they were joking. But I was 16, she was 15. And for some people, they thought it was funny, they joked, laughed, it was memes, all that. But if I showed you my DMs of how many women hit me and was like, I'm faking and I'm glad you did it so I can have this conversation with my husband, or how many dudes hit me and was like, yo, bro, how do you make your wife come? But those are the conversations we try to spark. Right. You know what I mean? And like the same thing with insecurities. Like if you read my book, I talk about deep shit. Like that's really happened. Yeah. And I don't talk about it because of a dollar. I talk about it because I really want people to open up and have those conversations. Like we can go to the barbershop and talk about our favorite kicks, that crazy model.
Why can't we talk about the other stuff then?
Right, but why can't we talk about, why can't I come up to you and be like, yo, bro, me and my wife beefing, what do you think I should do?
Yeah.
And we have a real conversation where you help me out as a brother.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, you see, nah, all that's good. Yeah, Michael Jordan dunked on so-and-so, LeBron dunked on so-and-so. But what about the things that really matter? Yo, bro, I'm having anxiety with this, that, and the other. How can I deal with it? Oh, I have that same issue. This is what I do.
Bingo.
And we should be able to have those conversations.
I agree. And as a father and as a husband, I'm gonna be honest with you, I appreciate that you had that conversation. My wife bought the book. I still need to read it, but it sparked conversations within our household.
Right.
And I'm 14 years in with 3 kids. I wanted 6, but I ain't got your money, brother. So, I had to bag up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And 3 was good. And I'm thankful that she did that with me. But I'm thankful for you for having those conversations because it sparked conversations within our household as well.
Real talk.
But I'm also thankful that you here, my partner, Look at God Dwayne, and we do this every week with Connecting, Super Producer Q, and here at Floods. I don't know a lot of times people of your status come here. What can they expect tonight with you doing the set right here at Floods, which is one of the legendary spots, black owned, and been going over 30 years. But you doing what you do, what can they expect tonight?
I mean, I just tell you one thing, right? You got a homie over there that went to college with me.
Yes, right.
Just ask him.
Come on.
I'm gonna bring you back to that high school days, your college days, and then we're gonna take it all up to having a good time.
Yeah.
I just like to have a good time, and I tell people all this. Honestly, DJing is the probably one of my favorite things to do, right?
I was going
Not
there.
the radio. I love the real estate. I love the car shows. But DJing is like somebody could come in right now and be having a bad day. Their boss just pissed them off, or their husband or their wife just pissed them off, and you could change the mood.
Yeah.
You could change the reaction, and there's nothing better than that.
That's absolutely.
So I just like to have a good time. I talk shit. I talk to my people. It's like a big family reunion all the time.
Yeah. And I guess that was a question I was going to go back to, and I could tell that you do this every day. DJing is still your passion, even today?
You know what's so funny? When I was a younger DJ, I used to say, yo, when I get old, I ain't DJing. I ain't gonna be one of them old DJs in the club, right? And I ain't an old DJ in the club though. But I will say this, I understand. Because you still enjoy it.
That's right.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
It's still a feeling. Like D-Nice didn't DJ, on live all those times because he was getting paid. He gave us a feeling that we all loved and needed.
That's right.
And that's how I feel every day I DJ.
I love that, man. And that's still over all the other stuff, the Hall of Famer, the real estate, it's still DJing to bring you back to essence.
I will
of that.
DJ a backyard bash in Jamaica with one leg up and one turntable, or I will DJ Essence Music Festival,
Come on.
or I will DJ Aruba, or I will DJ the grimiest club. It's just give me my drinks and a hookah and watch me get busy.
Man, I appreciate that, and we're thankful for that. And if you don't mind me touching on another thing before we decide to, because I know we got a short time, but you're also a graduate of an HBCU. Now, I'm a graduate of Southern University, and I say that's the best one there is. But I'm thankful that you, as you said, my guy over there, HBCU graduate. Can you talk about the importance of that and what that did for you?
You ever been to Hampton?
No.
That's why you said yours is the best. If you've been to Hampton, you say Hampton's the best. I mean,
Come on.
Hampton is the best. I mean, there's nothing like an HBCU, and I'll be honest, right? I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
And the reason I have a choice, for first of all, my parents are black, right?
Yep.
And when I say black, they like blackity, like
Black,
blackity, like black.
Chris Rock,
Like,
come on.
When I mean black, like, when you grew up and, somebody listened to George Michael, you gotta have faith. We didn't play none of that in the house.
Okay.
It was Temptations, Diana Ross, it was, Frankie Beverly and Maze. We played that.
Yeah.
When we talked about TV shows and people talk about they watched The Office or Cheers or all that, nah.
Yeah.
We watched The Cosby Show, Different World, like that's how black my parents were, right?
That's right.
So I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
It was like, you're gonna go to HBCU, you just pick which one you want to go to.
Which one you want to
It's
go
gonna be
to?
either, what it was. So for me coming from New York, I wanted to be close to home.
Yeah.
So, anybody from New York, we go to HBCU run, right? The first stop is Morgan State.
Yep.
Right? Which is in Baltimore, Maryland. So when I stopped there, they was playing dice on the stoop. My pops was like, you ain't leaving Queens for this.
Yeah. All right.
Next stop was Howard, because that's on the next stop.
That's right.
Howard, there was no campus. It was like you just lived in like
The
Brooklyn.
city.
It was just like Brooklyn. It was crackheads down here at McDonald's. It just looked crazy.
Yeah.
My pops was like, nah. Then we went to Virginia Union. Goes up the thing. My pops was like, yo, we really like Virginia Union. Then when we got to that Hampton University campus,
Okay.
with some shit I never seen before.
Flat out.
I mean, the campus is on the bay, and there is boats, and it's a beautiful campus. It's closed in, and the people on the campus just look amazing, and everybody was dressed to the T, and they had a golf team, a row team, a basketball team. There was everything there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And the weather was beautiful. I'm like, oh, this is where I want to go.
Okay.
And I didn't go further than there.
Man, I appreciate you saying that. Now I'm gonna tell you why, because that's how I felt when I went to Southern University the first day I went on there. So I'm not gonna let you lead the Oh Yeah podcast, talk about Hampton is better, but I appreciate that experience and that talk. That's what I felt when I went to Southern, and that's what we say when we send our kids from Detroit going down there. I got my cousin there, who a FAMU graduate, Hampton, SU. We all do that, man. I appreciate that,
but,
man.
I respect and I love all the HBCUs. I fuck with the HBCUs a lot. Now, I go against Howard all the time, but I just love the people at HBCUs because we all had the same experience, just different places.
Different places.
You know what I mean? The music, the atmosphere, the love, the family. So anytime I do a show when there's a bunch of people from HBCU, I had the best time.
You had the best time.
I love homecoming season is the best, and I go to every homecoming and I rip it down. So I really enjoy it.
Well, we look for that tonight.
Yes, sir.
We do appreciate you stopping in and just chatting with us, man. And I also appreciate that you continue to see the value in my city. Again, I'm Detroit's #1 ambassador, and I inspire all those to be the #1 ambassador of their city. I like that you always talk about Queens and your background and your history, and I think it's important for people to understand that you're a real person like everybody else, that we hear you every day and in the morning, and that you continue to inspire.
And I appreciate you for wearing that Yankee fitted today, man. That's
Yankee fitted. Come on, baby.
That says Yankees.
That said Detroit Pistons, man. And I don't know what you talk about, but I'm a fan of all things Detroit. Are you really going with the Knicks again this year, or what?
Look, man. Since I was a little kid, I've been a Knicks fan.
Okay.
Since I've been a little kid, I've been, hurt every year. And I probably will never see the Knicks win a championship. Yeah. But I'm a Knicks fan, and I'm a do or die Knicks fan, and it is what it is, man. There's nothing.
How you feel about the moves they made this year?
You know what? Every time I think the Knicks did a good thing, it's bad, and when I think they did a bad thing, it's good, right? So when you look at Melo, or you look at Stoudemire, or you look at Derrick Rose, I thought they were going to be great things. And they did good, but we didn't get no rings, right?
Okay.
Then they picked up Kukoc, and I'm like, who the hell? Not Kukoc. What's the homie's name? White boy tall from Russia.
They got rid of him, though.
They got rid of him.
Went to Dallas.
Porzingis,
yeah.
Right? Porzingis came, and he was like, he did pretty good, but then he went to Dallas, and he was balling out. Everybody who leaves the Knicks ball out.
Ball out.
It's like when they come to New York, trash. I won't say trash, but trash.
Right.
As soon as they leave,
balling. But you're a Knicks fan.
But I'm a Knicks fan.
And I encourage everybody to root for your hometown, because you're going to keep being a Knicks fan.
Right.
And I'm going to keep being a Piston fan and Lions, and they tell we stay terrible, man.
And I respect that. Like, you see my manager sitting over there, right? He from New York. He say he from Queens.
Yeah.
But he a Boston Celtics fan.
Then
he a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Oh, no. I don't understand
I can't respect that.
I don't respect that.
But he's Jamaican, though, so they be confused.
So you never know. Okay, all right. I appreciate that, too. If you don't mind, too, I think it's important those who you can say, because you've been moving around. We're thankful that you're here. But shout out some of them places that you stopped in, some of them hoods, some of the people you stopped in, because it's important. Because I feel like it goes to our culture, what we about.
So what, what we came up with the ideas. I like cars. So my man got a Lambo out here, so I used his Lambo. We wanted to pull up to their hood.
Yeah.
So we went today and messed with Littles. We went to Trick Trick.
Shout out to Little Trick Trick.
We went to Baby Tron. We went to Babyface Ray. We went to what else did we stop today? Baby Money. We went to everybody's hood to give them their stuff, and it was dope. It was dope to see where they live, and they were all surprised. Like, everybody was like, "Yo, you really came to the hood in a Lambo?" And I'm like, "Why not?"
Right.
And I mean, they all. But and this is what I try to tell people: when you mess with people in their hood, they want to make sure that you're good.
That's right.
So when I came in their hood, I mean, I done seen every chopper, every hammer, every extended clip, extendo, barrels, things that I know ain't legal, but I done seen all of it.
Yeah.
But they made me feel comfortable and safe. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I mean, they had food for me at some of these spots, but it was all love, you know what I mean? And And I respect all those brothers. And, you know what I mean? Like I said, when you go to somebody's city, you just always want to see how they live and make sure you tap in.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And we appreciate and we know that you always welcome to do that here at the Oh Yeah podcast with me and super producer Q. Here at Floods as well. We got some food coming for you as well too.
And I don't know if you smoke. You smoke?
No, I do not.
Oh,
I do not want you to see some of that stuff. I heard y'all talking about that yesterday, but so, shout that out too, though.
We have our own strand. It's called Slurred, and we basically
here we go. Yeah, please.
Yeah, we give it to you.
Thank you.
So this ain't for you. So you got to give it to one of your
partners.
Ain't for me.
One of my partners.
Yeah, to one of your partners. So you know, it's Slurred, Envy, and you know, I'm a big car lover.
My brother's here, but brother JG, so he can get some.
So this is Turbo Blue, like you know, a car. So it's like the Chevy Chevelle.
Yeah.
This is Demon Time.
Okay.
And this is the new one that's coming out later. It's probably gonna be called Heavy Chevy.
Okay.
And then we got pre-rolls, we got lighters and shirts and stuff. And this is what we giving to everybody, man. We doing like, you know, because everything is in presentation.
Yes, sir.
So we want it to be a dope presentation, something that they hopefully could keep on their, you know, mantle or wherever they keep it and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And just make it really dope. So
it's very similar to what we're doing here. Greeting cards, candidly speaking. Come on, that's a little different, come on.
I love greeting cards and I respect that. But you ain't gonna compare this right here to
the smoke,
to the greeting cards. You know what I mean? I love the greeting cards and I love the fact it's black owned, so I definitely will support.
Take it to the
But
wife,
this is black owned too.
Yes.
Your man know.
Thank you.
Your man said you
I
can't
know who to
this.
give it to.
He's coming to get it right there. See
there
that?
You go.
See that?
There you go.
All right, man.
I appreciate that, man. And again, please continue to check in with the Oh Yeah podcast. My man DJ Envy.
Salute, man.
I thank you. And again, I say that because I understand opportunities don't go away. My youngest brother told me that. Opportunities just go to the next person.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you stopping in and showing love to the city.
Thank you, brother.
We hope that you continue to keep showing love here and keep coming back. This is what I call New York and Detroit connected.
There you go.
And we're going to keep that going.
There you go.
Please tap in again with us. Real stories from real people. The boy DJ Envy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. We signing off and catch you the next time.
Peace.
My guy. Thank you, brother. Number love.